Greetings, travelers. It is March 28th, and that makes it the anniversary of the day that Grace Sherwood was accused of witchcraft. Grace Sherwood, also known as the Witch of Pungo, and she was sued on this day by one of her neighbors who said she had made it so that his crops had failed, that she'd made it so that his wife's butter wouldn't churn anymore. This would lead to a big trial in July, and infamously, she was ducked where they put her in the water, bound her hands, and if she floated, she was a witch because she would have rejected the baptism, and if she would have sank and not drowned, she would have been saved. Yeah, but she did float, and so they arrested her, and she was in jail for 8 years. But then she came back to her land and was forced to pay back taxes. And it wasn't until 2006 when she was acquitted, like 3 centuries later. Oh my gosh. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it was a while, 1706, 2006. That's a long way to be a witch. But also, today is the Lake of Mouding in China. The people there have a festival today where they throw charcoal in buckets of water because at one point their town was attacked by a dragon and they defeated it by throwing charcoal in the water. And then once they filled it with charcoal so it couldn't see them, they threw rocks all over it and buried it. And now it's a marsh instead of a lake. But they still celebrate it every year. So if you're out there, bring some charcoal. A lot of birthdays today, so I've actually got a list. I got to kind of cheat. So Marlon Perkins, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. If you were a kid and watched Disney's, you knew this was because he was on right before it. Michael Parkinson, Ghost Watch, the host of Ghost Watch. Oh my gosh, I will have to do a whole deep dive on Ghost Watch at some point.
Woohoo.
Reba McEntire, who was, Tremors. Oh my gosh, love Reba. And then Chris Berry, Arnold Rimmer from Red Dwarf. We love our Chris Berry, and hope you're doing well, sir. I know you were under the weather. Vince Vaughn from Bad Monkey recently, but we know him from Dodgeball and so many other great movies. But last but not least, Nick Frost. Yes, Nick Frost. We love you, Nick Frost. How's that for a slice of fried gold? And we'll see you on the other side.